Hey, what's up, guys? We just got out of the shower and we're ready for some clean wins in the Goblin Delivery Challenge. If you don't know who I am a top 2,000 player in the world, and I'm ready to show you guys the best deck and the best way to dominate the challenge without any losses. If you want to play a deck that is very easy to play, this is the new deck. I chose one earlier that was a little bit more difficult, Hog Rider Earthquake. I will actually, have videos on this. If you want to type in best Mortar Evolution deck in Clash Royale SirTag, that video will pop up and then you can take a look at this deck. This deck works really well when you are playing into people that are just running standard decks on ladder, one of the best decks in the game. However, if you are playing in this very specific challenge where everyone else is going to be running Mortar, you might want to run something even easier to play, a little bit more brainless. And this is the best deck from the win rate standpoint. I looked at the aggregate win rate on Royale API and it showcased this at #1. I started to play it. It had Fireball instead of arrows, and I put in arrows so then we could eliminate all the other bait decks that are in the meta. So many bait decks, and Fireball, it costs 1 more elixir. There's not even going to be the Firecracker Evolution in this challenge, and Firecracker Evolution needs to die to Fireball instead of arrows. So, since no one's running the Firecracker Evolution and everyone's running the Mortar Evolution, why not just run arrows instead? There's really, no point to not run arrows. So, this is the best deck for the challenge if you just want to cruise all the way to the top. Basically, you're going to be spamming as many Mortar Evolutions as you possibly can, and you're going to be countering your opponent's Mortar Evolution with a Cannon Cart. Cannon Cart is the best answer to counter the Mortar. You just drop it right in front, easy cleanup. You can also distract with the Skeleton King if your opponent goes in, or you could drop defensive Mortars. Generally, you're going to be playing very aggressive with as many mortars as you can. Defend it with Cannon Cart, Skeleton King, spam bait cards, and it's pretty brainless. The cool thing is Skeleton Army, Goblin Gang, Skeleton Barrel, Mortar Evolution, and Skeleton King. Those are all cards that you really don't have to think about. They all do damage. They're all really baity, really strong cards. So we're just going to jump into one practice match, or not really a practice match, but we're going to jump into the event because I messed up and I meant to go click the challenge, but we're going to go and earn some rewards real quick and then show you guys why the deck is so good. And then we will jump directly into the challenge after that. We're going to Cannon Cart on his Cannon Cart, and we're vibing right now. Also, let me know down below in the comment section what you guys thought about this challenge in particular. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think? What deck did you use? Did you use my deck? Did you use something different? I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say because it's always, something different. There's never, when we have 1,000 people watching live and then we have, tens of thousands of people watching the VOD, then there's always a very stark dichotomy between what you guys do. So it's nice to hear it. Sometimes people are running oh, I'm running Electric Giant in a Mortar Evolution deck. I'm like, oh, maybe you could go and bait out the building with the Electric Giant and then get value. Or maybe you go Mortar at the river and then they Tesla it. And then you go in for Electric Giant at the river because then they don't have the Tesla in cycle anymore. There's some cool things that you guys come up with. There's just, I don't know, not something that I would think of personally, or most people would think of. But when we have an aggregate huge amount of people, 50K, then it's nice. Anyway, so jumping back to business, this guy is going to try to go and finish off our Dark Goblin. I think he will be successful there. Just want to be able to distract the rest of his stuff. Ideally, we're going to be able to kill the Inferno Dragon, but not looking great. Not the start that we were looking for today, but it's all good. We're vibing with it. We can go in for the Goblin Gang here on top of the Inferno Dragon right now, and then we can go for the Mortar Evolution on the right-hand side. Fortunately for us, oh wow, my voice just got so deep. Guys, I think we hit puberty in mid-game, but no, really, whenever I wake up, my voice changes. During the day, there's different stages, When you're just woken up and you're not fully awake, sometimes your voice takes a little bit of time to level up, I guess, too. Also, how's everyone been? What have you guys been up to? Let me know in the chat. What has life been like? What have you guys been doing? Yeah, it's nice to see everyone. Do you own a solid PC? Yeah, I do. That's what we try to do. Why's your voice so low? Morning voice? Yeah, dude, morning voice built different. For real. Best deck for Arena 16. Well, I actually did a series where I pushed to Arena 17 already. I did Arena 15, I beat Arena 16, and I beat Arena 17 all with the same deck. You can check that out if you type in SirTag, best deck for Arena 15, best deck for Arena 16, whatever arena you're looking for, there's going to be a video or a live stream on it. Alright, so going back to this game, the Cannon Cart is going to be a bit of a nuisance, but should be able to kill it with the Skeleton Army, so I'm not super scared. Unfortunately, the Inferno Dragon is going to be a bit of a problem for us, but again, go for a Skeleton King here, maybe force out some extra elixir. I do want to be able to kill his Mortar here. I think I can do that with the Cannon Cart. I believe that the Mortar doesn't... Okay, I was going to say, there's no way the Mortar walks out of my tower, though, right? That'd be kind of ridiculous. Alright, we're going to go in for another Mortar here because we should be able to kill the Lumberjack. Gonna wait. Last time he just dropped an Inferno Dragon, so it'd be nice if we could body block the Inferno Dragon. But he keeps going in for Cannon Carts. This guy is so good. He's actually running a great deck, and he's actually a pretty good player, so... First time I have actually been challenged in any of these games so far. when I started playing this new deck. I've won every game. For the first time I've been struggling a little bit more. All right, we're going to have to go for Mortar Evolution on his Mortar Evolution. I'm going to go in for the Skeleton King ability. If we can go and swipe his Lumberjack, that'd be awesome. Just want to kill the Lumberjack ideally. If we can do that, that'd be so nice. Does not happen. All right, so I got to go in for a Skeleton Barrel right now. I bet you he's going to end up having a lot of small spells in his deck, and he's going to have the Lumberjack Rage, so it's just hard for me to find opportunities, but I will make them happen eventually. All right, we're going to go in for the Cannon Cart counter with the Dark Goblin. I was kind of hoping he would drop an arrows or something on that, but he didn't do that. This is looking really bad. Still think I can win. I just don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't know if I will win for sure. The arrows coming down is going to be a problem, obviously, and then if I go in for a Skeleton King here, it's not necessarily going to be able to kill guaranteed, but we're still going to try our hardest here, guys. Man. You always start with a loss. That's generally what happens in my streams. I don't know if you guys know. If you know, you know. But this guy has Barb Barrel and arrows in the same deck, so definitely unfortunate. Fortunately, his Mortar did miss, so that's a vibe. All right, we can go in for a Cannon Cart here. I think I need to start going other side of Skeleton Barrels or I'm not going to beat him. I think that's probably the only way I win is like maybe getting him in a bad card cycle where he doesn't end up having arrows, Barb Barrel, Tombstone all in the same cycle, right? I need to overwhelm him. He's also probably a top tier player because everyone that we're playing against is around similar skill level as me in these challenges just because of how it's worked. Generally, you're not going to be playing against people that are way worse than you in the events tab, but when you do play the challenge, you will be playing against much easier players. We're going to have to go Goblin Gang here on the right-hand side. The Mortar Evolution, if it locks on, we might win. I want this Mortar Evolution to just lock onto his tower. He's not letting me do it. He is going for arrows, and he's missing. Okay, maybe we can arrows here. Can we get some skeletons on the tower? No, we're not going to get it. Barely going to be a loss. Yeah, just an unfortunate loss. I would say I would definitely have won this if he didn't have Barb Barrel, Mortar, and Tombstone with arrows. So, gonna be real with y'all. He's probably a decent player. Probably hit Ultimate Champion before. And he did build the hardest possible counter to a bait deck in existence. It is what it is. We'll jump on to the next one, and we'll play better there. But that was actually our first loss, as you guys can see. I played on ladder, where I am right now in... where am I? Yeah, so I'm on ladder, and I've won so many games. So, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lost one there. But I had 7 win streak, and then I went relatively even. And everyone that we've been playing against on ladder has been top 4,000 in the world. So, you know, like, I haven't lost many games. It was the first time I jump on stream. We end up getting to match into someone with arrows and Barb Barrel and 2 buildings. Then he's got double distractions for the Skeleton Barrel. Does happen sometimes. Sometimes matchmaking just doesn't feel very fair, but it is what it is. We'll jump into the challenge, and we will not lose a single game. So I'm psyched for that. Generally, if you guys don't know, you just click the randomized deck button. It doesn't really matter. Then you go back and you go to the events tab right here. And you can click copy. And then you click OK. And then you go back down to the events tab or the challenge tab. And then you can go click paste and then go jump into the challenge. So I bet you I don't lose a single game in the challenge. That game was just really unlucky. I always start off with a loss. I don't know what that is. Is it something that just happens in my streams? Is that what we're about now? Like, you guys got to let me know. When I pushed to 8,000 trophies, I lost one game. I lost one game from 7,500 to 8,000. It was the very first match because I wasn't paying attention. And the guy, like, I don't remember what he had, but he had some, like, mid-ladder deck. I think he had, like, 3 or 4 win conditions. It was funny, though. Tag, is the Hoggy Bank worth it? No, no, no. Stay away. Dude, Hoggy Bank, where's the value in Clash Royale? That is a direct scam. No, please. If there's one thing you never buy in the game, you never buy the Hoggy Bank. Unless you want to donate money to Supercell, which, you know, if you want to donate money to Supercell, you probably kind of sort of maybe don't want to do it in the worst possible way. You use something like Pass Royale if you really wanted to spend money on the game, because you get value from Pass Royale. You don't get anything from the Hoggy Bank. Anyway, getting back to business here, I cycled the Dark Goblin on the left-hand side, and then I used my Skeleton King to go and kite his E-Barbs directly into the Dark Goblin, so things are looking good here. JD says, where's value? Starting off with a loss is your warm-up game? Dude, I don't know what's wrong with me. It always happens. Like, for real, it always happens. Ultra Chad thoughts. Yeah, man. Any ideas when the new card is coming out? So, here's what I think. I think Clash Royale right now, they're like, new cards, aka evolutions. So, I like it and I dislike it. I said this before in my free-to-play series when I was pushing up. Evolutions are so broken that they're actually better than level 15 cards. If you have a level 13 evolution, it is legitimately better than a is legitimately better. I didn't have enough elixir for the Dark Goblin, but it's legitimately better than a level 15 card. So if you're a free-to-play player and you can get an evolution for free, because everyone should be able to get evolutions for free at this point, you're going to have an advantage against the level 15 players on ladder, because a lot of them don't know how to use evolutions correctly. So if you abuse the one evolution, the one card that is stronger than all their cards, you'll win. So you just keep your Firecracker evolved alive, and then you win. It's really funny. I felt like I had a huge advantage against people with higher level cards than me just because of that. So like, for instance, this guy. Right now, he's not using his mortar evolution. He's not cycling as many mortars as he should be. Now he gets it, but it just took him so long to do. Oh my gosh! Did you guys see that disgusting value? For real, that was a steal. That was incredible. But yeah, like, generally what I've witnessed is, okay, this Skeleton King needs to kill that. Please. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, what I've witnessed is a lot of, like, over-level players don't know how to use their card, and then they just lose. And you use it better than them, and you walk with easy wins. The other thing that I noticed is you can cycle that card a lot more frequently if you're running a fast cycle deck. So you just run a fast cycle deck, and you just wait for them never to drop their evolution, because they've got, like, a Mega Knight Wizard Balloon deck with a Hog Rider, so they can't cycle to their evolution. So you just, yeah, I don't know. You just dominate on ladder. As under-leveled people, you guys should be very happy about the evolutions being broken. For me and anyone else that has, you know, fully maxed out cards or relatively maxed out cards, everyone should be pretty pissed about the evolutions being as strong as they are, because they are game ruining from a standpoint of how broken they are, right? But for free-to-play players, you guys should never ask for nerfs. It just should be like, yo, I love this. I eat this up. And you should be trying to climb to as high as you possibly can with the evolutions as they are right now, because you never know if they're going to get nerfed. Because they should get nerfed. They really should. They're still going to be broken regardless. Like, Supercell does not want to make them bad. But at the same time, people are complaining so much about them that I feel like Supercell eventually has to listen to the community. Why don't you have Skeleton King where you don't have Skeleton King? Oh. Read this comment. Come to my house. And then, if not, then please do trash your treasure. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not coming to your house. Generally, for me, man, I'm pretty safe about that stuff. I don't know. I love the community. I love y'all. But at the same time, you never know. You know, if you haven't met someone in real life and stuff like that, I generally don't do that. How does one even get the shards for the Evo card that you want? So you complete these challenges like the one that we're doing right now. If you crush this challenge, you're able to get some seasonal shop tokens, and you spend the seasonal shop tokens on the rewards of the shards. So you do that each month. You get one shard, unfortunately, from that. It's not that much. But last month, before they went on vacation, they actually made some challenges where you only had to win one game in a challenge, and you got a shard that you could use on anything. And they gave away 2 free shards in the shop. So from what Supercell said, they said, we want to make shards and evolutions more free-to-play friendly. Yes, you might have to wait a little bit of time for those offers or those challenges, but you will be able to get shards and evolutions for free without spending any money. Compared to level 15, you would never be able to do that. Like, level 15, without spending money, that would take a century. At least the shards, like, you can get a free evolution. You would get 1 to 2 free evolutions right now as a free-to-play player, only waiting a month into the update. That's pretty cool, right? Because you wouldn't have that for level 15. You wouldn't. It's just not possible for free-to-play players. So that's the one good thing that they did about the update. It's very good for free-to-play, terrible for everyone else from how broken it is. All right, so I'm going to wait for that to lock, and then I'm going to go in for a Goblin Gang, and then I think we're okay. The Goblin Gang should split up, and then we can go in for a Cannon Card as well. We are going to be able to finish off his Mortar Evolved, and then we can go in for a Skeleton Barrel here, and then because the Skeleton Barrel is probably going to die, we want to go Skeleton King at the river to force out more Elixir, and tank for the Skeletons that are about to pop. If the Magic Archer locks onto the Skeleton King instead, yep, Magic Archer locked onto the Skeleton King instead of the Skeletons, and then he's just losing most of his tower, so huge value for us. I'm actually going to wait for that to lock onto my tower, and then I'm going to go Goblin Gang just to conserve Elixir. I don't want to mess this up. So if I did anything else, I think I could have been in a bad spot, but I decided not to, so we're in a good spot. We're chilling. I'm going to go Skeleton Army in the middle, finish off the Magic Archer, try to go in for like a Skeleton King here since the Magic Archer locks onto that. Just to flex and maybe take more towers. It's always a vibe. I'm going to go for a Mortar here just to make sure that he misses. It doesn't hit anything of value. And that was a very easy win. So on to the next one. Good games and good vibes. Is this the deck that's good outside of the challenge? Yes, it is. Yes. But if you're using it outside the challenge, I would use Fireball instead of arrows. Fireball instead of arrows in regular gameplay. All right. Hey, Tag, what are your thoughts on Hog 2.6? 2.6 is outdated, and it is not good anymore. It is just, I don't know. It's overshadowed by Hog Rider Earthquake. You'd rather run Hog Rider Earthquake with Bomb Tower and then champions like Mighty Miner or Archer Queen. That's just how it is right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people love 2.6, but it's just not that great comparatively. All right, so we're going to be able to go in for this. It should be able to finish off most of his stuff. I'm going to Skeleton Army just to finish off the night. Maybe keep our cannon card alive. Nah, it's not going to stay alive. Well, good, though. You know, we vibing. Was it worth getting Evolved Skeletons? Evolved Skeletons are still great. They're still like they're still the 5th best card in Clash Royale, but they're worse than all the other evolutions. All right, that's how it is. For 1 elixir, forcing out arrows or log every single time for a plus like 1 to 2 elixir trade, it adds up. And also, if your opponent has to drop spells, a lot of times you're going to have other cards that require their spells as well. So they have to focus on the evolution, and they have to focus on the skeletons and whatever other bait cards, whether it's a Goblin Barrel or Wall Breakers. Generally, opponents will not be very happy. So again, what I'm just going to highlight how to play this deck really quick. You want to go for mortars more aggressively than anything else. You can rely on your bait cards to defend cheaply. And if you drop this mortar and it still dies, it's completely okay. The cannon cart should have been placed 1 tile up. I tried to make a prediction, but my finger slipped. And I dropped it in the wrong spot. So, a little bit of a failure, but it's all good. I'm going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel here, and I'm going to use Goblin Gang, and I'm going to try to go and push the cannon cart. And it will also, yeah, notice how the Goblins just push the cannon cart? That's a pro play that y'all can do. Goblin Gang right behind your cannon cart when your opponent has to use their spells on the Skeleton Barrel. And then they don't log or Barbed Barrel or whatever on the Goblin Gang. The Goblin Gang pushes the cannon cart locks onto the tower, and you get huge value. You can do that with Dark Goblins as well, but I would prefer Goblin Gang because the Goblin Gang is a little bit more aggressive than a Dark Goblin. Dark Goblin is a bit more, I don't know, reliable on defense, whereas you don't, it's kind of flimsy, so you don't want to be spamming it at the river too often. All right, we're going to be going for a Skeleton King in the back. I should drop that a little bit faster. It's all good, though. Just going to drop that mortar every chance we get. Then we're going to go for a cannon cart here on top of his mortar. And as you guys can see, like, sure, he does have good answers to our mortar bait, but at the same time, we are eventually going to overwhelm him just because the mortar evolution is cycled way more frequently for us. So, good stuff. I'm going to go in for a Dark Goblin here. I think that we're going to be A-okay because I believe that the bowler retargets onto the Skeletons instead of our Dark Goblin. Skeleton King on the left-hand side would have been nice to click the ability on, but I was too preoccupied on the right. And I tried to click it, but I guess I misclicked it as well. It's just like my mortar. No big deal. No big deal, guys. We out here misclicking all day, every day. Just for the memes, I guess. All right, let's go Skeleton Barrel just to guarantee that we take tower. Unfortunately, the bad thing about the Mortar of Evolution is if it doesn't end up having support with the Goblins, you can't get the ludicrous amount of value that you will typically get. So you want to have some type of support. So when the Goblin's firing on the tower, you want to have something tanking for the Goblin, so then your opponent's tower will be targeting that unit that's crossing the river instead of the Goblin. Can you explain cycles and how to use them? Yeah, so generally with any deck, you want to make sure that, especially the evolutions, you want to make sure that you're dropping the card that you want to evolve as much as possible. So when I'm dropping this mortar right now, I have to cycle 4 cards to get back to another one. So I would like to drop cheaper cards ideally. Like if I can go in for a Goblin Gang here, that's just ideal. We are able to go and finish off the most of his units. And even if we trade relatively evenly here, I drop 2 cards, so I'm 2 cards away from my mortar. Always counting that and always memorizing like how far away you are. So I cycle 1, I cycle 1 more, and then that's 4, and then I'm back to my mortar. However, when you've got Skeleton King in your deck, and you cycle your Skeleton King in the back, or I cycle it right now, I will now only have to cycle 3 cards to get back to another mortar. If I have the Skeleton King on the field. Which I might not, it'll probably die, so can't really say too much good stuff about that, but it'll be nice. I'm going to probably click the ability, and we won't be able to get the 3-card cycle. I'm definitely going to click the ability because that's a mini P.E.K.K.A, and we want to be able to distract that, especially since the Skeleton King was full bar. If we can kill the mini P.E.K.K.A, that would be huge value for me. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening. All right, we're going to go in for Goblin Gang off to the side, make sure that we get him last second, so then maybe he spends even more elixir. Nice to do that. All right, we're not going to take much damage here. Ideally, the Firecracker just whiffs. If the Firecracker... Yes, yes, that was clutch. I countered the Firecracker still with the Skeleton Army on the other side. Yo, those Skeletons got a bone to pick with the Firecracker. Are you from Boston? Yeah, I grew up in Boston, man. Right now, I'm living in Seattle. I'm vibing here. Yo, 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 yo. All right, let's go in for a Skeleton Barrel here and keep vibing. We're going to go in for a Skeleton King because we want to collect all the souls from his Skeletons and our Skeleton Barrel, and then we're going to bombard him with a mortar. So one of the cool things about this deck, you defend with Cannon Cart, you defend with Skeleton King, you plop down the Skeleton King in front of your mortar evolution, you click the ability, and then you kind of just get huge value. It's really hard for opponents to deal with the Skeletons swarming them and the Goblins, and then also more Goblins coming out afterwards from the... It's just actually crazy. It's seriously insane. Throwing arrows here. Hopefully it doesn't waddle its way away. I bet you he goes for a mini P.E.K.K.A or a mighty miner. Wow, he really went for his own skeleton army. All right, we're still going to distract with our own skeleton army. It's not necessarily going to work so well. We might be okay, though. I wanted to get a couple extra goblin hits, and we do snag them. Let's go. I can't lie. I love winning every game, and especially in these events, I generally don't lose too often, so we vibe in. Such a fun deck to play. I still can't believe the first game, guys, we ended up getting someone with arrows and 2 buildings to distract our skeleton barrel. It's crazy. Yeah, if he wasn't Ultimate Champion or he was a little bit worse, we would have beaten him for sure. Can I get a shout-out from the Philippines? Yo, I try to give shout-outs whenever I can from different countries. I love the fact that we have an international, you know, I guess, international community. It's cool to see people all the way around the world. I can be like, yo, you know, I have someone from the Philippines. I have someone from Germany. I have someone from France. Like, I can say that. And it's nice to see a whole bunch of different people here. So, shout out to you guys, no matter where you are. Glad to have a lot of different people here. We have different ideas of fun. I'm using Mortar, E-Barbs, Mother Witch, Mirror Rage for this challenge to Smurf Blade. Yeah, I mean, Smurf Blade, if you run that, you're good enough, right? You can run whatever the heck you want. You're a top 200 player, top 1,000 player. You'd meme around and mess around and destroy anyone with any deck. This deck is so good. Yeah, this deck is really good. It's brainless as well, so you don't have to be that good at the game to win all of the games for the challenge. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I've kind of shifted my strategy to run the easier decks for the challenge and show like the easier decks for you guys, just because I know that not everyone wants to be able to, or not everyone's able to play like the fast cycle decks that I'm able to, or the ones that I really enjoy. And I was like, you know, I got a lot of comments last time when I was running a fast cycle deck in the, what was it? I think it was the Dark Elixir Challenge. Everyone's like, I get how you did it, but I don't understand how you were able to win all of your games so easily. And I'm like, well, it takes practice. And I was like, not everyone is able to practice with this deck, and not everyone has the time to do that. Not everyone wants to. So I'm like, why not just run the easier decks for the challenge, and then just show like not only just like the best win rate, but like also the easiest deck. This is definitely the easiest deck. It's nice that what you do. Yeah, thanks, man. Will you ever be bald? I mean, eventually, probably, dude, when I'm like super old. The cool thing is, though, my mom's side of the family, they didn't bald ever. Like, my grandpa still had hair, bro. My grandpa, at like 80 years old, still had hair. The best genetics possible was my mom's side of the family. Everyone's tall. Everyone very, very muscular. But I did not get that, unfortunately. I do need to work out more. So. But maybe I have the genes to get more muscular. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they have full heads of hair. Very tall. That's nice. So that was cool. Like the shortest person on my mom's side of the family, like the grandparents, are all like 6'3". I'm out here at 5'11", so I'm like decent, right? It's cool. It's cool. I'm happy I'm like near 6 feet, but it doesn't matter that much. You hit the gym? Dude, I do a lot of like tennis, and I do a lot of cardio, and I've been doing a lot of body weight exercises with pull-ups, right? I can do like 20 pull-ups in a row, but I still need to gain a little bit more muscle mass. All right, let's go in for a skeleton army in the middle, and then we'll go in for a skeleton king. Is this deck better than the Hog Rider deck shown last stream? The Hog Rider deck is actually very good, but a lot of times people in this challenge are running decks specifically built to just go and counter Hog Rider Mortar, since it is the most popular deck. So because of that, I realized that, hey, some people will not know how to play against decks that really hard counter them. And this deck, if you're not playing against an Ultimate Champion player with 5 different answers to you, you will win most of your games. It's just simple. You cycle cannon cards, you cycle skeleton kings and bait cards, and you don't really have to think that much. You can turn off your brain and turn on the wins. And I like that. You just spam mortars, you distract things, and you arrows away their stuff when they drop a lot of bait cards, and you just win. I high-key disagreed with the Royale API putting in Fireball. Everyone ran Fireball just because they didn't really think that much. They're like, okay, so the best version of this deck in regular games has Fireball, so let's run that. And they didn't really think about, well, what about in this challenge? Is everyone going to be running Mother Witch? Is everyone going to be running a lot of bait cards? Probably, right? So Arrows is going to be good against... you don't have to worry about Mother Witch because you can use Cannon Cart and Skeleton King to body block it, and even your Mortar evolution. And even your Dark Goblin will be able to kill the Mother Witch pigs. But if you play into someone that's got a lot of bait cards and you fireball them, like if I fireballed the guards in the last game, I guarantee you it wouldn't have looked so good, right? But because I was able to arrow on his bats and everything, and then also hit the guards, like, it was stellar. Again, we're going to go mortar, just play really aggressive. We don't want to support the mortar right now because we don't know if he's going to have Inferno Dragon. For instance, if you go in for a mortar at the very start, and your opponent Inferno Dragon's on top of your Skeleton King, and also your mortar, you're going to get a miserable interaction. So I would highly encourage you guys, just test the waters, see what your opponent's deck is, go in for a mortar. Don't really support it that hard unless you see like a mini pack at the river that you can immediately distract with either a Goblin Gang or a Skeleton Army. So that's the way that I like to see it. That's the way that I like to play. I don't want to overcommit or mess up because I know that if I play correctly, I will get good interactions and I will eventually win the game. But if I put myself in a spot where I'm starting off the game in a really bad spot, maybe I can't come back. So I have more confidence in this deck and I have more confidence in my skill, and I don't want to disappoint myself. I don't want to mess up there. Yo, Car69, thank you so much for the $2, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Appreciate the dono. Will I do another video today? Maybe. I don't know if I'll do another video today. Well, I won't upload another video today. Will I make another video? Probably. Oh, wait, never mind. No, I'm doing a short today. How about, should I let you guys pick which short comes out today? Should I let the chat vote? Should I let you guys, I have a couple options. You guys let me know in the chat. Do you guys want to pick it, or should I just do it? It's a good idea a couple days before playing the challenge. I feel like all the pros have played and want more chances of winning. Yeah, I mean, the challenge is going to be a little bit easier at the start, at the very, 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 very start, because a lot of noobs are starting it and they're trying. And also at the end. I think that pros typically don't necessarily rush to play the special challenges as much as you would think. Pros will rush to go and play Royale tournaments as fast as they can, but they don't necessarily care about the special challenges that much. Pros just keep playing ladder and competitive formats. I love this, though. So, as you guys can see, I'm a former pro player, and I have now devolved to degeneracy. I really do enjoy these game modes, though. It's nice to be able to play something different. And I also like that everyone can experience the mortar evolution, even if you don't have the mortar evolution unlocked. So I would say, even if you guys don't really care about the seasonal tokens, it's nice to play this challenge because you can experience the evolution and be like, do I like the mortar evolution? How does it feel to play it? Do I want to upgrade it myself? Is this a deck that I would want to play and go and run and ladder? And you could. This deck that I'm currently showing right now, I played this at the top of the world. I ended up beating a lot of extremely good players. And I spammed my mortar evolution, and I made the most impossible comebacks. I'll actually have that full-length video down below in the comment section if you want to see it. If you want to see this deck in action, the better version with Fireball for ranked ladder, I will have that video down below in the pinned comment. You guys can check that out after this live stream, or right now if you want to. Prepare to get snipes, K dude. I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for it. I want to see your muscles. Could you flex once, please? Ah, dude, that's not something I do. I don't flex. I also probably won't post any pictures of me at the gym or anything like that. I don't know, man. I'm not a huge fan of doing that. However, I might end up putting, I might post pictures in the future of me at the beach or something. I think that's, I don't know. I vibe with that a little bit more. I don't want to look back at myself and be like, I posted a ton of mirror selfies when I'm like, come on, man. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that dude. I mean, credit to everyone that's proud of themselves for working out. I also just don't want, you know, everything's recorded on the internet. I don't want my kids or anyone else later on in life to look back and be like, oh, this picture had 1,000 likes. Let's see what it is. Oh, he's just shamelessly flexing in front of a mirror. Like, that's not me. I don't like doing that much. I saw in one of your videos that you're a Survivor fan. Dude, I grew up watching that. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. Boston Rob, all those guys. Russell Hance, all of them. I watched so much Survivor growing up with my mom, my family. We sat down every single time it released, and we watched it together, and we got hyped up. And then later last year, I watched it with my girlfriend. We bought Paramount, whatever it was. By the way, worst UI experience ever. Would never recommend buying that Paramount. It is terrible. They can't even, like, for whatever reason, it didn't even let us, like, go next. We were just trying to go to the next episode. No, it closed out, and then it made us, like, do some weird, funky thing. It was awful. But it was worth it to watch Survivor. So I get gassed up. I love Survivor. I think it's one of the best shows on television. Really, really fun to watch. I haven't watched it recently, but I will probably go back to watching it with my girlfriend soon. Or my family. I don't know. We need a professional headshot, though. Oh, yeah. You guys want me to look a little bit better, a little bit more professional? The thing is, guys, I've been trying to take better photos. So I will end up posting more pictures on my Instagram, which is SirTagCR, and then also my Twitter, which is SirTagCR, and then also my Threads, which is, wow, I'm sure you guys guessed it. I'm not going to repeat it again, but everything is the exact same. So y'all can check me out on any of those media. I try not to spam it on YouTube too much because when I'm on YouTube, I want to give you guys content that is videos. On Instagram, I want to give you guys photos. On Twitter, I want to give you my unfiltered thoughts about the game and life in general. So I want to give like a reason for each thing to be followed, and then also at the same time, I don't want to clutter things with things that you guys don't want to see. For instance, I'm sure a lot of y'all like that watch just my videos on YouTube don't necessarily really care about my personal life that much, but a lot of you guys do too. I think that the people on the streams that are currently watching right now, most of you guys are a little bit more hardcore. Y'all are a little bit more entrenched in the community, and I appreciate you guys a bit more than the people that just watch the videos, right? If you just watch the videos and you never watch even the live stream VODs, then you're not as hardcore as the people that are watching this right now. Even if you're watching this later on, you're still hardcore compared to, like, you know, just watching the regular gameplay. And I don't know, it's cool to have people that, you know, just want to watch me have fun playing a mobile game. It's really ridiculous that that's the case, and I'm very, very lucky to have you guys. So, yeah, anyway, there's different levels to it, you know, there's different levels to the viewers, and it's nice to have that. Anyway, I wonder what I can do here in this game. I haven't focused at all. I think that we're going to be okay. I can just go in for a Skeleton King here. We're going to be able to just go and steal some goblins. No big deal. We're steadily mobbing with the Goblin. All right, we can do this. We can click the Skeleton King ability when we get up close and personal. And then we can go for a Skeleton Barrel on the right-hand side. Even though I'm not trying to take the tower on the right-hand side, it's nice to be able to apply pressure. So then our opponent has to drop cards that he doesn't want to drop. Also, mortaring in the other side when they're running Earthquake is important. If you mortar on the other side, then they're going to Earthquake on the tower that they don't want to take. If they Earthquake on the tower that they don't want to take, then you're able to build up much more aggressive plays without as many worries. I love the fact that we can do that. It's extremely important for my success in this game to constantly apply pressure in the opposite lane that he's going. If he's running Earthquake plus Hog Rider, because we would like to defend with like skeleton armies, maybe cannon carts, sometimes very like low mortars if we need to. But yeah, that's how we play. And we walk away with a win. So despite this guy having Earthquake, we still shook him up, and he's rattled. That was a very easy win. Can you explain the different types of decks that control Siege Beatdown? So Beatdown is a deck like Golem or Electro Giant, and those decks typically will try to take the matters into their own hands and control the flow of the game by spamming and making the opponent respond. Siege is a deck like Mortar or Expo, which focuses on doing damage to your opponent from your side of the map, like this Mortar. Sometimes I'll go Goblin Gang here to support it, depending on what he does, as I said before. Sometimes I'll just let this go. If it locks onto the tower, then I will almost always go in for a Goblin Gang, just because it's worth protecting the mortar that locked onto the tower so we can get extra shots. And usually they'll be forced to respond to it. Again, this guy's going to have Earthquake. I'm not very scared. We'll dominate him. We got this. How do you collect Evo Shards? As I said before, you win these challenges, these special challenges, and then you can collect Evo Shards. And by using the shop, the in-game shop. You look tired. You getting sleep recently? Everyone asks this, so I want to respond to it every single stream. I will respond to it every stream. I just have genetic under eye circles. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I get over 8 hours of sleep every day. I appreciate you caring, and yeah, I just want to respond because everyone always asks that. I asked you if you watched Erased, and you said you haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I haven't watched Erased. I kind of want to. That was definitely on my bucket list. Been a bit more busy recently. I've been doing some day trips. I've been going to Bainbridge Island. I ran around Seattle. Yeah, man, I just have been more so committed to doing things outside of gaming or watching shows. But yeah, I when I have more free time, I think I'm gonna go and sit down and watch a whole bunch of the different things that I wanted to. Love your content and your punctuality, says Siddharth. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. #1 best YouTuber. Bruh, let's go. It's so cool to see that. I feel you. I got the genetics under eye circles as well, says Brett. Yeah, man. It's just, you know, it happens. There's nothing to be ashamed about. It just is the way it is. Sometimes people have acne. Sometimes people have under eye circles. Sometimes people just end up having things about them that, you know, they're like, oh, you know, that's just something we'll deal with. What's your favorite moment with your fan? I say community instead of fans. I just think that the word fans is kind of weird. I don't like saying that. Also, I think that my favorite community moment that I've ever had was in King's Cup 2, when I was chilling with a whole bunch of people that said, hey, Jake, you know, your videos that you recorded in your attic in Martha's Vineyard or Boston with your family. Like I was just chilling and messing around, creating mobile games videos about, you know, guides on videos, like the best log bait video. I think there's a log bait mastering guide that I created like 4 years ago. And there was a kid and his dad that came up to me and they're like, "You made me play better at the game. Thank you so much." And it was, that was, I think, the best moment I had. And it was really cool. Like with our community, people that actually watch me, like walking up to me and saying, "Hey, I watch your stuff and it helped me get better at the game." I don't know. It made me walk away with a smile and get more motivated to create better content. Immediately after that, immediately after King's Cup, I started releasing more content. I started releasing the 3 Musketeer guide. I started doing more stuff. And yeah, it was a vibe. That also ended up happening in the CR World Finals in Las Vegas. I just don't really remember that moment as much as the King's Cup one. The King's Cup one happened as well. I think there were actually 2 dads and 2 sets of kids. One in King's Cup and one in the World Finals, now that I remember it. First time I've ever caught your live. You seem so genuine. Thanks for being a real one. Yeah, dude. I mean, the cool thing about these streams is, like, I can say whatever the heck I want. It doesn't matter, right? Y'all are watching for the challenge. You're learning how to play the deck, maybe. Some of you guys are just watching to chill with me, and that's a vibe. So it's nice because on real videos that I do, I say everything that comes to mind about the game. And then on streams here, I can say anything I want about real life, you know, and it's cool. Do you have a daytime job or do you just create content for a living? Yeah, I do this full time. Luckily enough, I make enough money to do it. Very thankful. I wouldn't be able to do it if I wasn't having sponsors. The fact that we're sponsored by Samsung and AT&T and a lot of other big brands allows me to do this full time. And whenever you see a 60-second ad on my YouTube videos, not the ones that are from Google, the ones from Google, the ones that pop up, but the ones that I specifically create and I'm like endorsing a mobile game, those are the ones that allow me to do this. Without that, it would not be possible, just straight up. So very, very thankful. And hopefully that continues to happen. But yeah, I have a lot of different things in life. I've said this before, but yeah, if YouTube doesn't work out, I would still be doing it in some capacity. Like if I wasn't able to afford the videos at the quality that I'm able to right now, I would still be making videos because I freaking love it, you know? I'm addicted to making videos. It's my real passion in life right now. And even if I wasn't making money from it, I would still be doing it as a side job or something as a side hustle just for fun. And that's how I think all YouTubers should do it. I truly believe if you guys are starting YouTube and you're doing it for money or you're doing it for fame or you're doing it because like, oh, you know, I want to become the biggest YouTuber in the world. A lot of times, if you do that and that's the only thing that you're attracted to, it's not going to last, you know? It's just not how it works. It's much like, you know, if you're dating someone and you're only attracted to their looks, right? Eventually, it's probably not going to work out so well. Same thing for YouTube. If you're just attracted for superficial reasons and not necessarily like really enjoying the games that you create content on and really enjoying creating videos, then it's not sustainable. Do you like Clash Mini? I don't know yet. I haven't played it enough after the update, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm just going to sacrifice this mortar because he's going to hog rider into it anyway, right? Wait, it locked on the tower. I should have sacked it. I should have sacked it. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm sorry, Mortar. You deserved a little bit better of a life. You deserved a little bit more. But guys, can you see how good arrows are in this game mode? It's so much better than running Fireball. Fireball is the #1 thing in this entire challenge. This deck with Fireball is rated #1. For whatever reason, normies didn't know that arrows were simply superior. Normies didn't know. Yeah, arrows are way better. Love watching your videos. My friends and I are trying to make an esport team at our school. Much love. Yeah, dude, do that. Have fun with your friends. I think that's one of those things that playing video games with friends is something that I grew up in. I actually got a lot of friends that I never would have had if I wasn't good at StarCraft 2. As dumb as that sounds. So I was like Grandmaster, and people in cross country, like we linked our Facebooks, and then they saw, they're like, whoa, I got to start hanging out with them. And I was like, dude, I'm hanging out with seniors that are the captains of cross country. Some of the coolest people in the entire school. So yeah, shout out to Cooper and Mikey. I don't think they're going to be watching this, but I love you guys, and would not have met them if it wasn't for StarCraft. So gaming is great if you can do it socially and have friends that also do it as well. I think it's really cool. I think it's underrated, you know. I think everyone's like, oh, gamers never have friends. But seriously, I've built friendships off of games that, I don't know, I would have never had. All right, let's go in for a skeleton barrel here on the right. One of the things I was thinking of doing, guys, on my second YouTube channel, SirTag, or I don't know, maybe even on this channel, is I was going to go through every game that I've ever played and then talk about why I quit it and how long I played it and stuff like that. I thought that might be pretty cool. I don't know if you guys vibe with that or not. Those arrows were clutch. I actually hit the miner and also the goblins. I'm going to go Skeleton King because the mortar's on the tower, and then he's going to freak out. He's going to drop something later. Yep, he's already in a bad spot. He knows he's in a terrible spot. So, that's great. Obviously, the Mighty Miner's going to die to the Dark Goblin. Even if he logs, it's going to be okay. Best Sparky deck for countering the current meta right now. It'd be one of them with arrows and zap. One of them with arrows and zap. That's what I would vibe with, man. Just type in SirTag, best Sparky deck, or SirTag Sparky deck, and then a whole bunch of them should pop up. You should do that. Yeah. I want to do more stuff on my second channel. Whenever I have free time, I just want to like record small videos that are entertaining and fun to watch and not diluted. I'm not going to have them super long or anything, so everyone can just pop in and like check them out. How are you, Jake? Love the stream. I had a great day yesterday. So I don't know if you guys know Rena Sakamai. So she was in Tribe. She came to visit Seattle, and I got to see her for the first time in person. And speaking of people and friendships that I've met and had because of gaming, yeah, she's genuinely one of the best people I've ever met. So that was really cool. Best graveyard deck. Oh, the best graveyard deck is no doubt the Graveyard Freeze deck. You type in SirTag, best Evolved Barbarians deck, and then that one will pop up. It has an Evolved Barbarian on the screen, so just take a look at that. And then it doesn't say graveyard, but that is the best graveyard deck. I hit 1,831 in the world last season, all because of that deck. It was so easy. I played for an hour or two at the end of the season, and I hit 1,831 in the world without trying at all. I literally was not trying to play the game, just messing around, having a fun time, and I still ended up getting a really good finish. So I was happy about that. As you guys can see, this guy just rage quit. He didn't even want to play against our deck. He's just like, get me out of here. So if you want to assert dominance to an unrivaled degree, this might be the deck for you. I know Sakamai from PUBG. Yeah, she's a great person. Seriously. I haven't really met people like that before from gaming, from that degree of niceness. I've met a lot of awesome people from gaming, but he was definitely the nicest person that I've met recently. I went against someone with E-Giant Mirror, Battle Healer, and Clone. I hate my life. I'm sorry, man. What device do you play on? So my main driver, my main phone that I use is the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. And then I play on a tablet whenever I'm playing with you guys live. So I play on a tablet right now, but that's just because I want a bigger resolution, so the quality of everything is better. However, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, the photo quality of that thing, I'm also sponsored by it, but I was using a different device before that. Let's just say the different device sucks in comparison right now to the Ultra's photo capability. Also, the different device that I had was a bit older, but I am floored. It feels like a professional camera. So my girlfriend and I were taking photos, and it was absolutely insane. And then we took photos with Sakamai yesterday, and we ended up taking photos of the food. It was beautiful. I don't know if you guys care about quality of photos, but that was the big thing, the big difference that I noticed. Newer phones are really, really good. Is the Giant Skeleton Hog Rider Earthquake deck still good in 2023? Yeah, it's still pretty good. Archer Queen is really broken. You want to run Archer Queen because Archer Queen, when the Firecracker comes at you and it's about to splash on you, you can click the Archer Queen ability, and then the Archer Queen is just able to melt everything. So then the Firecracker gets within range, so then you just finesse it. If the Firecracker gets within range of the Archer Queen and the Archer Queen goes invisible, Firecracker's going to be like, minding her day. She's just like strolling, and then she just dies. She walks into her death. And it sounds really morbid because it is. It does not bear well for the overpowered Firecracker evolution. And that is one of the real reasons that Archer Queen is one of the most played champions right now in the meta, and it is very strong. So, wait, his mortar just missed. His mortar just massively missed. Also, arrows are so good. What would you do if you had Fireball? I'm wondering right now. Y'all wouldn't have enough elixir. It wouldn't be immediate. We wouldn't be able to get this damage. Damn. We out here building the best deck. I'm going to take full credit because I changed one card. Okay? We're going to claim it. Claim it for ourselves. Marking our territory. He doesn't have minion hordes, so he's got to go and drop something. We're going to go in for a cannon card here. Just body block. Make sure that he can't finesse us. Going for a Dark Goblin afterward. Going for a Skeleton King afterward as well. I'm going to drop the Skeleton King directly on the Wizard, so I'm going to wait a little bit of time. Watch this, guys. Yo, did I get it? No, I didn't. So what I was hoping for is I was hoping that the wizard would lock onto the skeleton king, and then the aggressive minion horde would go directly into our, or not minion horde, the mini P.E.K.K.A would go into our skeleton army. So the skeleton army would body block the mini P.E.K.K.A, and then the wizard would lock onto the skeleton king. And then because the splash damage wouldn't be able to kill our skeleton army, we would just destroy him because obviously the mini P.E.K.K.A doesn't do well into a swarm of skeletons. Let's go. You're chilling. What's the best card to level 15, please? Well, I don't want to give you some disingenuous BS. I would have to look at your entire deck, and I would have to know what type of deck you're playing. And, you know, we're probably not going to have the dialogue to be able to see what your entire deck is, but that is, that's what I would say. You need to figure out what your deck is. If you're playing multiple different decks, the best thing to level up would be like a spell, whether it's arrows, fireball, log, because it can fit in a variety of different decks. That would be the best thing to level up at the start. A card that you can use in multiple different things. Or an evolution that you have that you want to use in a variety of different decks. Probably your evolution. All right, so I guess that's the best thing. If you can level up your evolution, that's the card that you want to level up the most out of all of your cards, and you want to use it the most. That's the best thing to level up to level 15. And I guess I was actually able to answer your question. I'm happy. I was like, damn, I'm going to have to give him a bad, like, cop-out answer. But no, I was actually able to give you something. Hey, let's go. How old are you? I'm 26, man. I turned 26 in January. What is your favorite deck? Right now, my favorite deck, I think that the Mortar Evolutions are my favorite because they're feeling a little bit more fresh. So, the Hog Rider Mortar deck with Goblin Barrel, or sorry, not a Goblin Barrel. The Mortar Evolution that feels like a Goblin Barrel is probably my favorite. No, Skeleton King. Oh, bro, you're tardy, bro. You're going to get written up, bro. You're going to go back to high school. Let me know how many of you guys got tardy in high school. I got tardy to the point that I got like detention once. That was not a vibe. I literally at my school I saw our principal and vice principal look at me through the windows, or not through the windows, through the door, and so you get tardy at 8 o'clock. It was 7:58, and they closed the door on me and refused to open it, and made me go around the entire school. Then go through and get the tardy slip. The guy literally didn't want to open up the door for me. It was 7:58. He was ruthless. He was not a nice dude. Oh, literally, like that was one of the worst experiences I've had. It was demoralizing because yeah, it was not a good time. I think that was one of the most scarring moments I had in high school. I was watching the guy just like I was banging on the door and he's just like, no, you can't come in. He was a massive menace. I did? Oh, yeah. I feel like, I don't know, for whatever reason, like no one wants to get to school. No one was like eager to get to school early. You always want to get as much sleep as you possibly can. And then if you end up cutting it too close, then you get absolutely fried by the school. All right, what are we doing here? I guess we can go for cannon cart. Oh, wait. The firecracker is literally getting shot closer into our spam. Oh, he wasn't ready. Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that? He dropped the mortar right into a cannon cart. Oh, the mortar evolution protected our cannon cart. The cannon cart's on the tower. How did that even happen? That cannon cart was what miracles are made of. The Dark Goblin didn't even get hit by his firecracker. He's logging. I want to 3-crown him. We want to assert utter dominance. Give me the 3-crown. No, why'd you snowball? Bro, why you gotta ruin our nice things out here? This is why we can't have nice things. Well, okay. Well, you can't have nice things either. Easy. Is Rascal's bait still good? Rascal's bait is not that great right now because, unfortunately, Rascals do die very, very quickly to Firecracker, and also they die very easily to the Mortar Evolution. Mortar shoots the Firecracker, or Mortar shoots on top of the Rascal girls, and they die. So, if you want to run this deck, there's a couple of different things that you can do. You can check out the pinned comment and you can see an entire video on how to play this deck, and it'll help you guys out. You know, if you want to go to the pinned comment and see more gameplay on this deck, it'll show you how to play against top ladder players and destroy them, and also make unbelievable comebacks. This was a little bit more focused on having fun. The video in the pinned comment will be focused more on gameplay, and it'll break down everything in a very informative and, I guess, fun way as well. But yeah, check that out if you haven't already. It will be after the stream goes and gets published as a VOD. Also, let's get it. The new emote. Hey, easy. Doesn't it look kind of derpy? I feel like Clash Royale knows what they're doing when they're creating an emote that looks like this. They definitely know. You know, they're trying to be like, oh, we're so innocent. But nah, dude, they know. They know. They know what they did. It's just like with the Wi-Fi and then the skeleton, all the toxic symbols, like they... like when they added this laughing thing, they knew it was toxic. They knew it was going to get spammed. They're just sitting there like, we are an innocent company in Finland that simply wants your gems and your money. They knew this was a banger emote, so they increased the offer and they made it like more money than all the other ones. They knew it was going to be the best emote, so they purposely put it in a solo offer. It was pretty funny that they did that. Anyway, if you guys can see the best way of using... Ooh, I guess this gets converted to elite wildcards. But this, if you buy this and you're 6 out of 6, watch what happens. I bought this in the shop. And went to 7 out of 6. So that's a pro tip. If you are 6 out of 6, it actually overstacks. Don't tell Supercell, because if they remove that, I'm going to cry myself to sleep. I'll never be able to forgive myself. But yeah, I haven't used any elite wildcards. I don't have a single card at level 15. I will have to level something up soon, but I am regretting it. I don't want to. I don't want to increase their data or increase their stats, but I will eventually have to because it doesn't look like they're going to change it. I'm just going to slowly level it up as slow as I possibly can. Anyway, no matter when you're watching, no matter where you're watching, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Check out the pinned comment for more gameplay on this exact deck. It was really fun. Probably one of the most fun decks I've played in a while and one of the most no-skill ones. So if you want to turn off your brains, turn on the wins, that's how it works. And also good luck in the challenge for everyone that participates. Run this deck and you won't run into any problems. See you in the next one. I stream every single challenge. I stream every single event. So make sure to subscribe if you want to stay tuned for that. Oh, also for everyone else that is here, I'm going to do a subscribe versus me challenge tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. So again, I do videos and live streams every day at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you guys beat me tomorrow, I will buy you past Royale or send you money through PayPal to buy whatever you want. So it's the same price as past Royale. I guess I'll send you $6 or whatever it is. Maybe I'll level it up to Diamond Pass if we don't get enough people beating me. And yeah, I'll be sending you guys money for beating me. So stay tuned tomorrow for that at 3 p.m. Eastern, the exact upload time that I normally do. Just be a part of it. Stay tuned and you'll get the chance to play against me. And yeah, I do that every month. So if you don't get into it this month, there's going to be next month. There's going to be the next month after. And there might be multiple times during the month. I'm thinking about doing it more often. So subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to be a part of the subscriber challenge tomorrow for the past Royale. And then also like the video. If you guys like me and you want to support me for free, the best way of doing that is liking the video so this video gets out to get published to more people. As I said before, no matter when you're watching, no matter where you're watching, have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, and positivity.